there, it's Shani Huck. I'm a manga and anime artist and author, and I create my own characters and stories. I've also composed my own music. I've been uploading videos on YouTube for 10 years now, and I thought, why not celebrate it by redrawing my characters, Shimmery the Mermaid and Vane the Fireboy, who were in my very first YouTube video, and talk about them for the first time. I know I haven't got the best YouTube voice, but I'll try anyway. Okay, so here's a brief backstory for you. I love drawing from a very early age, and animation has been in my interest since I was 5 years old. I was initially inspired by Disney and then anime, but it wasn't until late 2005, when I was 19, that I had the opportunity to work on my very first animation project for my foundation course at uni. This was when I began creating the story Shimmery Vane, The Forbidden Love. At that time, I was also interested in textiles, and so decided to combine my two interests together and create the characters out of different types of fabric and then use them to animate. Even though I had 3 years to create the animation, it was pretty time consuming, as I had to do most of the work myself, from creating the characters to writing a story and then producing and editing the animation. So even though the story was all written down, I created a trailer instead. You can check out the video by clicking on the top right, or there's a link in the description. You can also read the full story on Wattpad, which is also linked in the description. Here's a true fact. Shimmery and Vane were not my first characters that I wanted to animate, but given the overall theme of the project, that was to work around the aspects of one or two of the 4 natural elements, I decided to give 2 of my existing characters a water and fire makeover. I decided to keep the first letters of the names of my original characters and reflected them to the element they are. Also, because my original characters are already a couple, I decided to do a love story with a twist. As we all know, fire and water don't really go together, hence the forbidden love part of the title of the story. Another true fact. Back when I started my YouTube channel 10 years ago, I didn't really think about uploading other content videos other than Shimmery Vane videos. But over the years, I've uploaded other mini animations, music videos of my own compositions and covers with my drawings, and most recently, digital speed paint videos. As you can see in this video, I decided to redraw Shimmery and Vane from a pencil drawing that I did in 2010. I wanted to redraw them digitally with the skills I have learned over the years from watching tutorials by Mark Crilly and Jazza. The links to their YouTube channel is in the description. I stumbled across Mark Crilly's video tutorials on drawing manga in 2009 and felt that his way of teaching, especially how to use guidelines in a drawing, were pretty easy and clear to follow, with a touch of humour. Ever since then, I felt like he was the only teacher who helped me through during my degree, and I never stopped supporting him in his work. In 2012, I met Mark Quilly at his meet and greet event in Manchester, and it was one of the best times I can remember. I showed him some of my work that I was working on at that time, and he drew a couple of pictures when signing my copies of his books. I've been following Jazza on YouTube for over a year now, and his video tutorials have helped me to understand the use of creative software that I currently have a little bit better, especially in Photoshop in terms of layer mask, layer blending modes, and clipping masks. Jazza's arty videos and challenges are also always fun to watch. They make me laugh, and that makes my day. After learning how to work with the clipping mask and layer blending modes, I decided to do something slightly different that I haven't done in my previous digital drawings. I decided to colorize the line art to soften the look of the drawing. At some point of my drawing tablet stopped working. But that was okay, as the hard part of the drawing was already done. And thanks to the trusty polygonal lasso tool, I was able to carefully select the shapes that I wanted and coloured them in that way. I then added the final details with different brush styles and added a background to finish off the picture. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It's been a good but quiet decade, and I hope within the next decade or so, things will be even better. For my next video, I hope to do a Q&A video soon, so please do leave your questions in the comments, and I will pick 10 of them and try and answer them. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you soon. Here's a few shoutouts. If you want a shout out in my next video, please let me know in the comments. Also, check me out on my other social media sites and get your copy of my books from my online bookstore. Also get your hands on my merchandise from my online merch store. Happy days! Bye!